The tricky part with building a product is even if people don't say anything, enough of these small reasons or small points of friction will eventually lead to a refund. I'm playing Warbit.
What's the point of building something that millions of people can use but not even 10 people want to use?
As of today, in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, we've used 75 billion tokens.
Billion? What the
75 billion tokens.
Billion with a B.
Billion with a B. But we've spent around, we can bleep this part out, but like 20K in usage just in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I expected a little bit more actually. I think things are looking pretty good in terms of token usage. Before the Black Friday stuff, we were averaging maybe a couple $1,000s a month on our API usage billing. That was just like Eden VIP users, like beta testers, like 30 to 50 beta testers that we had on. The 12,000 users came on and our token usage exploded to about 75 billion tokens. So next steps, we're gonna host our own models on our GPUs, and it's cheaper for us now to just run through us rather than paying someone else. My philosophy is if a single dev salary is our egress cost over like we're paying a dev salary in the cost of like premiums, time to refactor and do it in-house.
$6,000-$7,000 a month?
Yeah.
When you're building a startup, a lot of people would argue like, oh, shouldn't you think about those things earlier on? The thing is, when you're building a startup, you have very limited resources. So if you spend time and resources on thinking about solving those scale issues early on, then that's an opportunity. Like, what's the opportunity cost there? The opportunity cost is you're not spending time on product market fit. You're not spending time on making your customers happy or building something that people want. So you have to spend your time on the most important tasks ahead of you at the right stages of building the startup. And now we've kind of finally hit that stage where, okay, we've built something that people are using. There was validation that people want this thing. And now there is clear signals from our money bleeding that people want this.
Really want it.
Really want it. And now the new problem is, okay, we gotta get our costs down because people want this thing and they want it bad enough that our wallets are bleeding.
Would you say it's a good problem to have, though?
It's a good problem to have.
It's a great problem to have.
It's a great problem to have. I would much rather be in this stage than in the earlier stage of like building something and not knowing if like
people want it or not.
The fact that you could keep hitting down arrow past the bottom most item, when you fix that, magically scroll into view stops working. It was like so fucked. It was so fucked. It was so bad. It was so unbelievably cooked.
I've gone to sleep thinking like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
And then I started dreaming about the thing that I was supposed to do.
Yeah, that was the case for me too. I keep dreaming about, this is
I
broken.
dream about like JavaScript
What
and
the
CSS.
linear issue to do tomorrow?
And I can't sleep. It always like negatively impacts my sleep whenever I go to sleep thinking about work.
I just got a little obsessed. That's it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Is the nighttime just like your peaceful time?
It is. Because I get too easily distracted in the day. That's why I'm never on these videos working here with them, because I just get distracted and then I distract everybody around me. So I always need to be inside my room doing actual work. Alright, it is really late at night and I'm working on improving video playback in Eden because there's a recurring bug. And funny story here, I actually learned of this bug because my mom would encounter it a lot. And so with the previous startup that we worked on, Cortex, she never actually understood what the product was and didn't bother to actually try signing up and using the app. But this time around with Eden, the idea of this drive that makes everything deeply searchable is simple enough and compelling enough that even my mom understands it and is willing to try it out, and she actually sees a use case for it. So as soon as we launched over Black Friday weekend, my mom actually instantly signed up for an account and started playing around with the app. And in typical Asian mom style, all she had as feedback was just bug reports and critiques. This doesn't work, that doesn't work. She would literally call me and Ari and complain about all the shit that didn't work. And her primary complaint was about video playback. And so let me show you what I've done over here. Now, one of the tricks that we employ to make video playback faster is as soon as the user hovers over a video, we start preloading that video data into cache so that when the user clicks in, it actually loads directly from the cache video stream rather than refetching it from the URL. This makes it so that the user can kind of just click on any video and it starts playing almost instantly because the video data has already started loading in as soon as the cursor is hovering over it. It's neat little magic tricks like this that make your product better and better over time, and we kind of just have to keep hammering away at them. We actually had users encounter it as well, and we had a user request a refund literally a few days ago because their videos oftentimes wouldn't play. That's like the worst possible experience you could have with this app. So this fix was really important, and we got this out recently. Search result free matches. This one in progress.
Yeah, leading up to the launch, we're like, okay, our traffic, we knew going into it that our traffic's going to be pretty big, just based off of like our waitlist size and Dan's audience, our audience also growing at that point. And so before that, we reached out to Railway and we were like, okay, moving forward, our traffic's expected to grow. Can we do something to like lock down discounts? Can we do something to like lock in some prices, some benefits of like staying with your platform? Like, as much as we like offloading our stuff, we're never in a position where we're fully locked into anything. Like, if something doesn't work, we're always ready to move to something else. And like, that's kind of one of the things you have to do as a startup. You have to be nimble.
The other really cool thing is that the way that we even had this negotiation is that their go-to-market lead, Rahul, actually lives in Toronto.
Yeah.
And he was talking to us on Slack, and then later that night pulled refresh on his YouTube or something, and then ended up seeing our video, and he was like, wait, wasn't I just talking to these guys earlier today? And then he clicked in and he realized, holy shit, these guys are like literally based in Toronto. This is like where I used to live. And then he just decided to message us on Slack and ask whether he could pull up to the office. And so that's how that happened. And then we ended up having lunch together. Really, really cool. I didn't expect that this kind of thing would happen outside of like, you know, the SF bubble. I didn't think that we'd have like literally over the lunch table negotiations with our cloud provider, but really, really cool things happen when you build a YouTube channel and build in public. I thought we were just meeting up with Rahul. Rahul, if you're watching this, I thought we were literally just gonna meet up and chill. I didn't know that over lunch, this negotiation would happen between the two of you. And thank God Ari was there, because that day, the night before I basically hadn't slept, I was up all night, and at the lunch table, I could barely understand a single thing that was going on. Like, I was just like running on fumes. But Ari did a great job negotiating. He got us a great deal.
The service that we get, it's one of the best pricing that I've seen, at least at the business to like low enterprise, high business tier in the cloud space. Any lower than this, and we'd be looking at spinning up our data centers. So, cannot complain.
Trigger it. What do you mean? It's been kind of a week after launch, and in the past week, most of our feedback is very positive, but there are users who've unfortunately asked for a refund, and that's just the way things go with launching a startup, right? And a lot of the reasons have to do with, oh, things are too laggy, uploads are not reliable, search frames don't match what they expect, stuff like that. But there's also quiet reasons that people don't report on, and I don't know if like not being able to drag files into folders would be one of those reasons. It could be. That was one of those things where like it worked, but it didn't behave the way users expected. And as I put the app in front of people, I would watch, one of the first things they would try to do is just drag things into folders. And it's like, oh, you can't do that. And immediately it's like, okay, that's friction for the user. And for a lot of users, when you have these points of friction piling up, then they quietly just leave the app, because it's like, okay, why would I use this if I can just use something that has a better user experience like Finder or Google Drive or Dropbox that lets you drag and drop. So I wanted to make something that had a really, really smooth drag and drop experience. The tricky part with building a product is even if people don't say anything, if you can see anecdotally from your own experience using the app or from people around you using the app that there are actual points of friction that people don't mention, you should solve those points of friction as well, because enough of those do lead to people not enjoying the product, people asking for a refund, losing money.